How is 1.9 int going? I don't remember we've triaged that. I don't remember we have triaged that. Maybe you've triaged it before. That doesn't sound right. Well, maybe it's right. Okay, let's see. 6 days ago. 6 days ago. Removed build dependency on TypeScript. Yeah. So this works? Gulp.
It works, but I think we have some discussion to do. Because, well, this works for some scenarios. Bertrand has proposed an alternate solution that works for some others, and we need to figure out how to get the best of all worlds, I think.
Yeah,
okay.
I put my my changes in a separate branch. That is called, this one.
MS build TypeScript.
Yeah.
So lib TypeScript, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you can do that?
Do what?
Ah, crap. Ah, Git.
So it's adding the TypeScript compiler in the lib folder, and there is a new MS build task in the project that already has all the MS build tasks, and yeah, you from the command line you can do build TypeScript, and it will do that.
And you have to build TypeScript, or can you just, or it could be a default target?
If you build all,
okay.
It will also do it. I didn't want to put it everywhere because those files don't change that often. So it's kind of an explicit thing if you change TypeScript. So you have a specific build target just to do that. And
okay.
If you want to do the full build, that will work too.
Daniel?
Yeah. Yeah. So my I checked my solution into 1.x, and it takes like a different approach. It has both TypeScript and the JavaScript files checked into version control like before, but it removes the TypeScript project type from the project, so we're no longer dependent on TypeScript being installed to be able to build, but we still need TypeScript installed to be able to make changes to the TypeScript files and recompile them to JavaScript.
Aren't these two solutions compatible actually?
They are.
Yeah, they are. That's kind of like, I thought about it today, and I think maybe we should keep both. But my issue with having them in the orchard.project file that where Bertrand put them is that they only work when you build from the command line. So I think we should keep this around, the MS build based one, but we should move it into the module project file so that it also gets done when you build from Visual Studio.
Yeah, I agree. The reason why I put it in orchard.proj first is that I wanted my change to be as low impact as possible before we discussed it, and I wanted it to work for continuous integration scenarios, the typical scenarios where you're building without Visual Studio first. But yeah, I agree. Those changes can go into the regular project file very easily. So. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that.
And both are compatible. So. Yeah,
and the one thing that your change doesn't address, Bertrand, is when you have the edit, test, debug workflow. When you're making rapid changes, because then with only this, you would have to rebuild after every change. And when it's complemented by the change I made, you can kind of keep that workw and just saving and retesting.
You could just do build TypeScript, and it will just do the TypeScript part. So
yeah, that's true.
You can still do rapid development that way, but I really think that people who want to edit those files most of the time will do it with Visual Studio.
Yeah, so, I agree. So let's keep both, and then let's keep the JavaScript files committed to version control also. I don't see a harm in it.
Great. It's broken.
That was answering the question about 1.9 int. I think it's broken right now. If you
broke it. So yeah,
I don't know. I didn't have time to investigate, but I built a new instance, completely new without a database or anything, and it just breaks. I don't know why yet.
Okay, and you know what? The CI is still pointing 1.x. I found that because the TypeScript were still not passing, and I was like, but Daniel did that. And so I need to point the CI to 1.9 int also.
Okay, just to close on the TypeScript thing, should I merge that into 1.9 int?
Yes, and if you can do the changes that we suggested, put it in the proj.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, and then you can, thank you. Fixed possible cache key collision in output cache. I saw it was a work item for that, no? Yeah.
Yep.
I saw a discussion.
Yeah.
JKTech, or something like that.
Yep.
Well, there was some other things here because I jumped too fast. Removed build dependency in TypeScript, added a post build binding to TypeScript, blah, blah, blah. Gulp. Change capture mechanism in output cache to support any real type. I also saw the discussion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I fixed 3 work items related to output caching on a feature branch, and they seem solid. So I don't know, how do you feel about cherry picking them or merging it back into 1.9 int?
It's cherry picking.
Yeah.
Cherry picking, then merge it back to dev. Sorry, to 1x.
Yeah. So basically, I'd like to just describe what this one does, because maybe you see issues with it that maybe I missed. But basically before, what the filter did was to attach a custom writer to the response.output property. And it didn't work with all result types. So what I did was to change the mechanism to use a memory stream, like a custom subclass of memory stream, actually, it contains a memory stream, and then it attaches it to the response.filter property instead. And basically what it does is just to mimic like anything that gets written or to that stream, it writes it both to the underlying stream and to an internal memory stream. And then when it gets flushed, it raises an event, and that's what captures the output. Sorry?
This is what was done before. Yes.
Really? I had no idea.
And maybe it was also called capture stream.
Great minds think alike.
It was in the same class actually, and there were some issues with that. If we look back in the history, we'll see why, because it was described in the commit message. I think, not sure for performance reasons, but maybe with, is it related to the IS kernel cache? It doesn't seem so, it could not, but no. I remember when I did the work, I remember where I was in which building, and it was like a 1 week on output cache, and I was with Levi, ASP.NET Guru, talking about all these refresh cache issues, and this was the best solution. So we should look back first in the history of this file, and you will see this stream capture the same thing.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good.
Just to see why, and maybe there was a bug related and a repro of what to test.
Mm-hmm. Well, the testing I did, it seems to work fine for everything, but
the testing you did,
yeah,
and because there is no automated test on this thing, we know, and you know, for instance, testing with post and without post.
Yeah, all of those like weird scenarios,
comments,
like redirect after post and notifications, and all of those I tested.
On IS with kernel cache.
No, is that even implemented yet? Does that work?
When you check the checkbox, I don't remember under the time there is a checkbox like use whatever IS cache. I don't know what's the name. If you
I
check
think that's
this
no longer
box,
there.
Oh, then maybe there is no issue with that.
Yeah.
But that's weird
Hasn't been
because
there
it
for a
should be
while.
there because it's a specific option. It's to make the cache public, which will be cached then by IS.
I don't think that's been active for quite a while.
Oh, that's weird because that's very important in terms of perf. It's better than whatever you can do. It doesn't even hit orchard.
Okay.
And the trick is that this checkbox just define the cache as public so that all the intermediate proxies, even IS, can cache it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it's like you can cache it on the orchard side and you will serve all the content. And you can say also, and cache it in the proxy side, in the reverse proxies. So the reverse proxies know, it's a public cache, so I can cache it. It's not a private cache. So it's better.
Yeah. So the cache control stuff I didn't change. The same headers and stuff are still being rendered.
Okay. But
the only thing I changed was the capturing mechanism. Like, how do you capture the output?
Yeah, I understand. And I was doing that before on the current implementation also. So look into the history and just see if there is a hint.
Yeah.
And but everything can be solved with good testing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, render action import deploy content or configured class member. Oh, this is the deployment branch. Deferred and blah blah. Added preservation of original response encoding. Yes, this is one issue also I had at some point, which was fixed in the history of the module.
Yeah, and then I removed it in a subsequent commit. I found a better way.
Okay.
This one.
What are you doing here?
Instead of storing the content as a string, I'm storing it as a byte array.
I was just looking at the database. Okay. Provider. Okay. So here, stream byte array. Okay. Okay, it's breaking. So if you're using Redis, for instance, you need to clear your cache.
Yeah, but I don't think you can call that breaking.
Well, if Redis is not restarted, people won't understand what the issue is.
That's like saying it's breaking because you have to recompile the application after you deploy the new version.
It's fine, but I'm sure people will see that. But that's fine. Okay, you just reset Redis and boom.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Removing unneeded. Correct. I was like, I remember when I removed the code. Yeah. Okay, so we can remove this configuration too. Made that would cache lock management more robust. Lock management. Good. Oh, this was in a catch. Okay, yeah, should be in the finally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Fixing that complete trajectory I update. Okay, where is that? 9 int. Contribute back paragraph. Benedek. I need to move that away and. Oh. Yeah.
Huge.
No, that means Orchard is very stable and you can focus on these kind of things. So this one, interesting. I saw the commit passing along. Remove general attributes from code base and remove operation blah. So you removed the attributes from their usage, or did you remove JetBrains itself?
Both.
That's a massive breaking change.
Yes, you're breaking everyone.
What?
All the
Yeah.
modules which are using that.
So many modules used implicitly.
Yes, because they saw it in code, they are just pasting it, and you will break lots of modules by doing that. So we can remove it from our code and mark it as obsolete for a few releases.
I thought this is what you told me to do.
Nope. I said that was a good way to handle that. I didn't say we should do that because when I saw the log, I was like, well, is it really removing the JetBrains? And you seen it? No, or maybe I was asleep when I told that, but
no, you just want to change the namespace. That's all you really should do. Just change the namespace. It's
so obvious that it will break everyone.
How is that obvious? I don't understand.
Because
it's only for resharper's benefit, isn't it?
Yes, but when you compile, the attribute is on your class. So if the attribute doesn't exist, then it won't compile. And if you have a module which uses it because it was in Orchard solution, and you saw that in Orchard code, so you did that, then now we'll break the module.
Yeah, but what if you have a module that uses that attribute, what you should do is set a reference to the official JetBrains assembly rather than use an attribute that we have in our code base.
Maybe, but
and I made this change on 1.x, so it's not 1.9. It's for future.
Okay, then this is fine. But it's a huge breaking change. So.
Can't make progress without breaking some things once in a while.
It's easy revertible because we removed it from our code. That's fine. Putting it back is easy. It's just one class to add back. So we'll see. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe next is
it's questionable to have it in the code base to begin with. Like people should be free to use it for their modules, but then they should set the reference.
But you can't blame them on that. You can't blame them on that and say, "Oh, sorry, we screwed up, so we screwed you."
Sure, but we break things for every release.
This one is huge. No, what we break usually is very limited, and we know and we can explain that. And we might break one or two modules. And we did that a few times, like let's say the storage management for adding folder and things like that. But this one is potentially huge in terms of on number of modules we will break.
Yeah, that's true. We're not breaking any functionality though. We're just breaking like build.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, when rendering shapes to string, there is no.
Yeah, I found this bug with when using the absolute action and basically all the make absolute overrides inside, for example, the template that's rendered to string. So it's a fail.
Was this bug triaged and approved for 1.9 int?
No, but
this is fine. But this is a procedure. Need to talk about it before putting it in 1.9 int. But this is fine. This is totally safe, so that's fine. I'm just preparing for this one.
I know.
Fix handle the dot cache secure socket layer. Oh, this is the bug with SSL and Oppo cache.
Yeah, for child actions.
Child actions.
Everything was there was an exception being thrown whenever you had a child action. And this fixes it.
So if after all these changes, there is not a single issue with output cache, I'm taking a plane to wherever you are to shake your hand.
Yeah. Okay, cool. It happened before, remember?
This one is safe, no? This is the kind of change which is safe. Changing the log.
But both of these two are on the feature branch.
Yeah, okay. Fixed media item element design view. I'm telling you, this module is not ready. We haven't seen him in the meeting.
Yeah, he's a scheduling issue with the DST.
What?
He's dry. He has a long commute every day.
Okay.
He never makes it back in time.
Yes. What's this thing? Added optional date parameter to timer activity. Also, okay, so it's like an absolute time instead of delay. That's what you said. That's what we did.
Yeah. So I know this shouldn't go into integration branch, but I didn't find any 1.9x or something like that. And
it's 1.x. 1.x.
Yeah, but it's very safe change, so it doesn't break anything.
Well, it's a safe change. First thing I saw was that this class has changed. How come the safe change?
No, but it is just the file was named timer forms, and it was probably because someone renamed it previously. So it's nobody uses it directly, of course. So it's
okay.
very safe. So I just added some description and optional date, which doesn't change anything in existing code. Just an optional one. You could specify a date to compute the starting point from, if you don't want to use the current date.
So it's an option to pass a date?
Yeah, it's an option. So that's why I'm just getting state as the string state, not getting the datetime. If it's null, that the convert from localized string will just return null, and the line 33 will just stay as it was before. So yeah, if there's nothing, so it doesn't change anything.
Okay. And this one you don't care. So good progress. So apparently, I will point the CI to this. So that should be fine. Okay, status done. Very good. Any demos today? No demos. So did you guys see why I was so busy the past few months?
Saw the announcement, but I didn't understand what it had to do with you.
Well, what did you see? Tell me, because I didn't see the announcement because we had a P0. It was not working actually when we shipped. Well, there was a bug that we had to resolve, and I pushed it like at 11:59, 1 minute before this meeting.
Was it logic apps?
No, it's related. What I worked
like
on. So I don't know what was in the announcement and how they called it. So I know what logic apps is. Well, you will all agree that workflows in Orchard are better than logic apps. If you've seen logic apps, Benedek, have you seen the logic apps?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So you agree the workflows in Orchard are better?
Well, I'm not sure. I have to try logic apps first.
Okay.
But workflows is really awesome. That's for sure.
It looked a lot like Zapier. Do you know that service?
I don't know Zapier.
It's almost exactly the same.
I know it looks a lot like other services that I know of, but yeah. So what I think was announced is the app service solution. It's like, I'm not even sure what was announced, so I don't want to say. Yeah, I think. Did you see the new names on the portal, or did they announce the new names?
Yeah. So there's
what kind of name? Let me know.
I think it was web apps, logic apps, mobile apps, and one more thing.
And API apps.
API apps, yeah. Those four.
So okay. This is what okay. So this is a new thing. So the new naming. So it's no more Azure websites. It's Azure web apps. It's no more mobile site or whatever. The more it's mobile apps. It's all about apps, and the full thing is called App Services, Microsoft Azure App Services. And what I worked on is the API apps platform, which all of the other services rely on. So, for instance, a logic app is a workflow that will use all the API apps, and an API app is a web app that is inside a gallery. So it's like NuGet, but instead for assemblies, it's for apps or API apps, like microservices. So you can develop independent pieces of your application into separate application, completely isolated with their own database, their own logic, and they are independent. And then you can build an app by just aggregating the ones you need and doing dependencies between those apps. And when you say, oh, deploy this app, which is an aggregation of other things, it will deploy everything in Azure. And then all these apps are secured. And you can define how clients have, meaning clients being users or apps, can connect to this deployed application, app service, and everything will be handled. So that's what I worked on for the past month. Yep. So that's cool. So ship.
Does it involve Orchard in any way?
The concepts of independent modules were inspiring the independent web apps, and this is also updates. There are some. That's why I worked on that.
Because and now that it's done and announced, are you coming back to us?
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I never left you. Look, I'm here. Just don't commit as much. Well, at least I hope I will have more time now to do some stuff, because working every day, very late, every week, every weekend, all the time, crazy. Good.
You
then
sent a message to the guys to do with the.
No, you just bugged me once. I told you every day.
3 times, and you never replied.
I was so busy. Everyone was.
Yeah, like Skype so you, Sebastian, it's like a black hole.
It's huge. Yeah. Skype, I don't even open Skype because I don't have time to even read whatever you say.
And 3 Skype messages, so
crazy. I'm telling you, every day I've worked like from 9 to 11, 12, 2 a.m. every day. It's crazy.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's not finished. Today at least. Some bugs to fix. So, what else? Shortshot, have you seen? Lots of new websites on Shortshot. Ryan, Drew Burnett pushed lots of websites. Very nice ones. I think I saw Noisette too. All of the one-stop websites also. Look at Noisette. Does this thing still work? No. It doesn't exist anymore. I should remove it. That's another one. Yep. Nice websites. Very nice. So if you want to show to customers, that's good. One stop. Advanced, patient. Cool. Yeah, he's focusing on the nice ones. So you won't see iDeliverable there. Or Lambit.
There is no Lambit, but there is .NET.
Yeah. Correct. One of the first ones I did. Cool. What else? So 1.9 is not ready because it doesn't work apparently from Bertrand's feedback. I will add the CI. But we should be close. Zoltan, were you at a triage?
Yeah, on the triage we also discovered a very high priority bug, if that's right, for MySQL. Because basically you can't fully set up the default recipe if you use MySQL. It's, I think, the only high for 1.9. It's not proposed but active for 1.9.
I have 3 of them.
So then that was the only new.
think I'm still waiting for feedback on mine. Scroll down.
It remains to check, require, and solve the frequent calls issue.
So the frequent calls issue's gone away. That's resolved.
Okay, so this should be closed then?
I guess so. I have got a broken unit test though, but I'll fix that outside of this.
One second. Are we good? We good? Sorry. Oh, seeing a bunch of people in the meeting room. I was like, what's happening? Submit. Okay. What else? This one. MySQL. Oh, wait, this one. Runtime error. Did anyone try that? It might be by design. I could not repro, blah, blah, blah. Close, thank you, Piotr. This pending, but don't worry. This one, MySQL, I think we've seen this one. What did I say? This can be handled with custom current interpreters, ICOM interpreter. So, if this can be handled by an ICOM interpreter, we should do that. Okay. Yes, it should be solvable with the ICOM interpreter. We just need to detect when it's called and generate the correct SQL for that. Do you see what I mean, Zoltan?
Sorry, it takes a lot of time to unmute myself. I see it, but I've never done such things. So.
Okay, very easy.
Most of the virus.
Very easy, and we already have some, so let me show if anyone wants to take it. Anyone who cares about MySQL? I don't care, I work at Microsoft. The more you buy SQL Server, the more my stock will be, the bigger, more expensive my stocks will be. I will be rich. Not really. So the ID is MySQL command interpreter. You see, we already have one. The ID is here. So when we generate the database commands for creation, create the columns, okay, the tables. It's a set of commands like add table, delete table, add column, and so on. So it's a command pattern, and there are default implementation for the columns, and you can also have custom interpreter for the commands. So for instance, alter colon, or there must be an add colon. There is no add colon here. There is just the alter. Maybe that's it. And you see, we say which SQL to generate. And you can say, is this column of this type? Then please use this SQL instead of the default one, which is in a default command interpreter. So that should be kind of easy to generate the correct SQL for that. By just changing this class, putting a breakpoint and seeing when it's called with what and how to generate the correct SQL. Okay. So that's the ID. And by the way, we have the same thing for SQLite and some others. Okay, so the question could be, is it a regression? And maybe it also happens on 1.a.x.
I don't think it's a regression per se. The issue is that there are indexes added to autoroute, I think, and these weren't there before. So now the issue is apparent because even the built-in modules will cause this issue. Otherwise, it should be already caused by custom code that uses the database indexes.
Okay.
So it's just something new that was.
We have one here, notification. Oh, this one, I think we say, nope, there's no issue with that. Or I say just retry first. Blah, blah, blah. All issue that has been resolved, closed, resolved. So we are just waiting for this MySQL and the build to pass to ship. Okay. Good? Good. Okay, what else? What's up? Topics? Questions? Concerns?
One question from me. So now we have an integration branch for 1.9, but what about things that would ultimately go on 1.9x? Where should those be committed at this point?
X.
And then what are we going to go? We're going to cherry pick the stuff over that.
So 1.9. So 1.9, 1.8. So it's very in this order. 1.8 int gets merged into 1.8. Okay. It also gets merged into 1.9 int, so that all the fixes on 1.8 int are reflected in 1.9 int and in 1.8. Then 1.9 int is merged into 1.x. Okay, so all the new features and fixes we need in 1.9 int are back into 1.x. Okay, and when we ship, we also merge 1.9 int into, well, actually we'll merge 1.9 int into master, which will be merged into 1.x. And we could also do it right now to just port all the fixes that we need on the integration branches to the dev branches. So the int branches to the x branches. That's what we do. We don't cherry pick. We cherry pick on the other way, when there is something on dev that we actually want on int. Because we don't want everything from dev or 1.x, we just cherry pick them.
I understand that, but my concern is that 1.x now gets to contain two different things. Like A, there's things that are meant for the future that could be massively breaking. And B, there are things that maybe we don't want in the lockdown for 1.9, but we want them for 1.9x. And then both of those go into 1x now.
I see what you mean. Oh, yes. So 1x will become...
And then they get intermingled and mixed. And then like, how do we separate one from the other?
Okay. Let me see. So 1.8.x will be deleted. 1.9.x will be created from 1.x. Okay.
Yeah, but when? It should be created already, I think.
Yes. We could. Yeah, it could be a rename of this branch.
Mm-hmm. Or we could create it.
No, you're
branch
right.
It out from 1.9 int.
Yes, we should create the 1.9x right now, because those some fixes. Well, if we have some fixes for 1.9x, it should be already in the 1.x, in the 1.9 int, because it's a fix. Okay.
Yeah.
But that will be fine. Yeah, I see your concern, but there is an easy solution. It's not that easy to do. There's lots of things to do, but yes, in the end we'll have a 1.9x for the short cycle and the 1.x for the 10th version. That's the idea.
Mm. So right now you don't see any difference between things that should go in 1.9 and things that should go in 1.9x?
There might be. I'm sure I will give you an answer after a good night of sleep.
Okay, you do that.
Sorry, but yeah, don't worry. I understand the concern. Mm-hmm. The new features which should go in 1.x and the new feature and the fixes which should go in 1.9x, but there is no separation right now. So how do we fix
exactly.
it? Yeah. If you really want to do the separation right now, you could do a 1.9x already and keep
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, but then maybe we should branch that off 1.9 int.
Yes, right now.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Anything else?
Yeah, Sebastian, when's the next CTP of Visual Studio coming out?
Yesterday? No? Today?
No. I haven't seen it.
I saw a tweet about it. I saw a tweet about it this morning.
CTP 7?
6?
No, 6 is the current. 6 is the current one.
Oh, so that's why I saw a tweet about CTP 6.
Yeah, because you guys changed the Fowler and that lot added all the X prod stuff. I just wondered if they know.
If it's public information, we can find it. If it's not, it's public information, I can find it.
The Visual Studio release isn't public information. That's why I asked you.
That's weird.
But I mean, if you don't know, then it doesn't matter. I'll use OmniShot till then.
This is all thing. Look, the Windows 10 SDK are not available. Oh, this is just this SDK and not CTP. Yeah, you see, the Windows 10 SDK, Windows 2015 CTP 6, and tools for the Calvo are not available. So this is what I said.
The CTP itself was available from before, but the SDK is new.
Yeah, CTP 6 has been available for a month.
Okay, sorry. I don't follow the numbers.
Yeah, can I have your build then?
I didn't. No. I have a CTP, but I think the 2 or something CTP 2 or 3, something like that. Still. So no, I have no information. I can ask if you want, and if it's public information, I forward it to you.
No, don't worry.
I'm not sure it's public information. I've seen some emails, and there was some stuff that I look like, okay, maybe that's not public, this thing. So
no, that's okay. Don't worry.
Okay. Anything else? No news for Harvest.
Can you please contact those guys for me?
Yes. As soon as I open Skype, and I will be able to do that. Don't worry. Everyone's pinging me, even from this team, actually. Oh, did you? Did you see the videos from the NetConf about the Halo website? Channel 9. Do you like it?
Yeah, the Halo site's nice.
Orchard.
I want to know what they did on localization.
Yes, because I was wondering the same thing, and I was on link with a guy this morning, but I told him, sorry, I can't talk with you. I have to do stuff. So yes, if you haven't seen the talk, watch it. They're explaining how Halo website was done, and they're using Orchard. So they mention how they use Orchard and what modules they have done and all the changes. So that's cool. So it's a big website, and bigger stuff is coming from them. So huge stuff.
Because they were talking about a different localization paradigm. So
correct.
That's what interests me.
You know, I have had meeting with them 5 months ago about localization. They had different necessities, and they also requested the background, the different background jobs that we have now. So I don't know what they have done. I haven't talked with them since then. They are pinging me on link because they want to to give it back, but I was not available. So I should meet them very soon. Yes, I would like to know too. I will ask and maybe put you into the loop to see what they have done, which they think is better. Well, it's not about better. It's we have to take one solution, and there are multiple solutions, and for each website, maybe the other solution is better than the default one. So we have to check. And also they use Ultra differently because they just use it as a content management system and not as a rendering engine. They have their own rendering engine, just API to get the content.
I think what they're talking about when they talk about localization, I have a feeling that they're talking about the way the translations are done. But
maybe
because when I saw on the on their menu, it said batch localization, I think it was.
Maybe they did some modules for localizers to be able to.
Yeah, maybe. It would be interesting to find out. So, yeah.
Yeah, you played the video. What were you? Okay. I was like, we know this voice. Okay. Yep, I will ask. I'm sure you can ping them. They are public. They have a Twitter account and everything.
I think I pinged them once, but they didn't.
They don't care.
Reply, so
they don't know the Nicolas Plain.
What they should know me.
What a shame. Yep. What else? So Channel 9, there was another talk from Zach Hall right after this one about Nudesic, who actually has worked with me on the weblogs at ASP.NET. And but nothing special for Orchard. It was infrastructure. Yeah, that's all I can think of in terms of social activity. New website. I tweeted about one, I think, very recently. Yes, this one, musiccopyrights.com. What's here? Yeah, nothing special. Lombic. Oh yes, Lombic did very nice website. Did you do that, Zoltan and Benedek? Arkansas thing?
No, we have just taken part in it sometime before the launch.
This is a very nice website.
We have created a few modules for that and worked on the CSS part as well.
Oh no, this is the company, and where is the Arkansas? Okay, this is the tweet from them, but the Arkansas website, where is that? I need to click.
Arkansas.com.
Yep, very nice. Lots of content. Fast, beautiful. They must be very proud. Lots of work. What? Why are you smiling? It's true. Look, boom, Orchard. Maybe it was a nightmare. Happens to videos, photos, everything. I want to go in Arkansas just for that. They should host the conference next year. I don't even know where Arkansas is, but it seems that it's drier than Seattle.
Actually, during this project, we learned that it's not Arkansas, but Arkansas. It's pronounced Arkansas.
What?
Yeah, you can't go to Arkansas.
I was wondering why you were talking about Arkansas. I was thinking, what the hell is he on about?
And it's actually a French origin for the pronunciation, so there you go.
I think it's the Arkenstone.
It's the other state is Kansas, but this is Arkansas.
Crazy.
Yeah, the US is crazy.
Do we have yeah, George, how do you say Arkansas? Or Brett? Arkansas?
Arkansas.
So they are right.
Maybe it's a French word. I don't know. I mean, wasn't that part of the
No.
Louisiana Purchase there somewhere?
But even in French, oh, okay.
Or maybe,
If I was
don't know,
reading,
maybe people in the South that don't like trailing S's. I don't know.
In French, we say Arkansas, we say Arkansas. But if you read it as the French language, yes, it could. You don't pronounce the S, so you could say Arkansas.
I don't know. I don't really.
Did you know that, Bertrand?
Know what? That the S
how to pronounce Arkansas
is not pronounced. Well, the final A in the word is actually, the pronunciation is actually almost impossible for French people to pronounce right. So
Even
that
yourself?
includes the French origin thing.
I want to go there.
It's Arkansas or something like that. Like
Okay,
George said.
I won't try that. Yeah.
It's not. It's also not Arkansas like Zoltan is saying.
Okay, it looks nice.
I can hear the difference, but I can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
The name is a Syrian derivation, denoting the Quapaw Indians. So it's a Native American name.
I still don't know where this is. Arkansas.
The north
Where
of
is
Louisiana.
That helps me. Wow.
It's east of Texas.
That's better. Okay. It must be very warm there.
Yes, warm and dry.
Must be a river somewhere. Little Rock. Let's go there. I don't know how, but
Go to the Bill Clinton Library if you want to. There it is.
Memphis. Okay, now I see. Good. Great. Okay, if nothing else, we'll close it on Arkansas. Thanks everyone for joining.
Could you look real quick at the stack trace that I put in that bug? I can paste the link again, just to see if you see something obvious about it.
This one?
Yeah.
Blows up after setup. Trace. Dependency.
A lot of autofac.
Well, Piotr touched that 2 commits ago?
He did?
Nope.
Oh.
It looks like somebody trying to access the word context in shell scope.
I'm sure it's Piotr's fault somehow.
Yes, it's always, because he touches everything like this. Look at that.
No
Where is Piotr?
way.
And it's low impact. There is no risk.
Look at that.
Oh shit. Oh
What?
shit. That doesn't look good.
What?
What?
What did I miss?
Such a bird.
Okay, so nothing obvious.
I lost the link. No, this link. The C design indicates that component register as purged TTP request is being requested by a single instance. So yes, Piotr is right. Typically, you resolve the I dependency from an I singleton. And it should be easy to find where. If you just block on the kind of exception, which is this thing. If you just, you will see which component is requesting
Yeah,
that.
do that. And if anybody else can reproduce.
Oh, and by the way, let me show you something. For instance, are you ready?
Mhm.
Oh, this is a type with a new instantiation here. Could it be that? I don't know. Try to go back here and see if it repros. If it doesn't repro, then the issue is here. It should not, because this looks good. Event is fine. It's an
So
dependency, so
Which change? Just the latest from Piotr?
try.
Okay, I'll try it now.
That's the first thing I will do. I will do just before I need any change from Piotr. That's the reflex.
That's weird. I'm using this code in.
I agree. But he's trying
not
a new setup.
flowing.
Because sometimes it's just that setup that you see that.
But
I,
this,
I tried it in plain vanilla order, so it's
Okay.
It's not flowing anything.
Okay.
I would be worried about that iWork context successor one.
I will run the CI. So.
No, the work context accessor is not in the work context. Actually, it's a single
Yes.
So this should be this one is safe.
Never know, because when you assign it, then there is a value. Okay. Before there was no value. Maybe the code which was using this assignment, it says, "Oh, there is no value. You have nothing to do." And now because there is a value, you are triggering new passcode. Then.
Yeah, but that's that 21.28.5. It's just for the templates. It's only touches templates.
I don't think that's the problem. I rolled back to Sitko's change, and I still have the problem.
I won't say.
Well, I didn't start from scratch, so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is what you need to do. Okay, let's see. We'll find out and we'll fix it.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
See you on Thursday. I will be there on Thursday.
See you. Bye bye.
See you.
Bye bye.
Right,
See you guys. Bye.